can we take actions? Mr. Musa, you're a consultant, and consultants are interchange. What practical steps can we now? Because I've been a lover of Nigeria for many years and been involved in many documentaries, and people tend to debate without actions. So we want the listeners and everyone, the politicians, to think about some of these actions. So sorry to give it to you, it's a burden, but what actions can we take to solve these barriers?
Well, this is a very good question. The key players to tackle these issues. One is good leadership. Secondly, religious leaders. Third, traditional rulers.
Yes.
In leadership, if there is transparency, equality, and justice, we will solve the problem. When we come to the religious leaders, they preach, they just say the word of God to the followers. Then when we come to the traditional rulers, it is an institution. They are together with the masses in their various places and localities. So now when you see that as a not consigned, when you go to Kano, you will find that the people living inside Sabongari market, predominant, they are from South-South.
Yes.
And Southeast. And they stay peacefully, they do their business without any harassment. When you go to Kebbi State, Northwest Nigeria, you may find that there are people doing their business without any harassment.
Yes.
When you go to Kazuna, you may find it is the same aspect. So now it's one of the reasons. Last 2 weeks, His Excellency Bala Nasru el-Rufai has mentioned something of civilized. And it is a culture of the North to accommodate, to forgive for good leadership style.
Yes.
He said that he have the right, the privilege, the power, and as a governor, he have one mechanized division.
Yes.
He have Nigerian Mopol and the rest of the security agencies.
Yes.
That he can take a revenge on Peter Obi, but he will not do that. This is not.
Yes.
This is good leadership.
Yes. Wonderful.
He accommodate.
Okay.
And many Nigerians, they give him a kudos for that.
Yes.
And the issue of information, misinformation, the Sheikh have said it, the Reverend Father has said it. It's rumors that used to carry out and separate.
Yes.
So by the time people start separating rumors in one way for the other, without investigating, it will cause a lot of problem. It will cause a lot of problem.
Yes.
So the key players now, as I've mentioned, the religious leaders, the leadership, and the traditional institutions, they are very much important in this dispensation.
Yes.
So that things will go good, and they will mobilize, so that we can tackle this issue.
Yes. Thank you. That's great. So over to our third area. There seems to be a misunderstanding, would we all agree, on the north. Go to the south, they paint a different picture. No, there are some enlightened people, of course, everywhere. So I want us to try and agree how we can help the politicians, the leaders, how we can help the south understand the north, and how we can help the north understand the south. But we are in the north, as the governor said, this is the north. But how can we portray the north as it is? What kind of programs and actions? Father started wonderful work here. If you look at the students in episode 1, we saw young Muslim girls and boys mixing with young Christian boys and girls, and they were one. So we've started action here. But what else can we do to show the north as it really is? Sheikh, starting with you, because you portray love. And some extreme Christians will say, no, the Muslims can't portray love. It's wrong. So how can we show people like you, show the world that the North is wonderful?
Actually, one of the things is that, as mentioned by the Reverend Father, NYSC created by federal government is one of the platforms.
Yes.
Because after the Civil War, when the leaders meet, how are we going to reconcile internally? So advise the government, the young generation that we hope to be the leaders, the graduates of the universities, are the one we hope they are going to lead the country next time or in the distance. So why can't we create a platform, we call it NYSC, Nigerian Youth Service Corps? The aim is that graduate of the northern part of the country, they should go to the southern part of the country, the one is out, so that they exchange, because they are our future leaders.
Yes.
That's a very good attempt by the federal government.
Yes.
But when the time goes on, actually the aim has been abandoned. You see somebody graduated from Kaduna, say indigenous, who say we like to be in Katsina, Kano. Somebody graduated in Imo, we want to be in Wenye or Anambra. Somebody graduated in Ibadan, or you say we like to be in Lagos or Ocean or something like that. So the aim has not been achieved. Let the federal government revive that, because all our graduates are our future leaders. They will become our governors, our senators, our presidents, something like that.
Yes.
So one of the things is that by seeing the people from the north to the south, our graduates, actually the southern people will learn a lot.
Yes.
Because as the Reverend said, anybody from the north, they consider me a Muslim, a Hausa.
Yes.
So see the concentration. And we too, anybody from the south, we consider him to be a Christian.
Yes.
Either Igbo or Yoruba. Even if you are a Muslim, when you come to our mosque, we consider him some one kind.
Yes.
If you are a Muslim from your Igbo, it's okay to Babi.
Yes.
That's how we consider them. So what we want is that how we are going to see the north. The second thing is that we, the northerners, were accommodated.
Yes.
Let us continue with our behavior.
Yes.
Anybody come from the south, we shall give him, we shall accommodate him, we shall give him all the opportunity he needs, either in the business, schooling, something like that. The another fundamental issue is that the JAM, they're in charge of admission in the higher institution.
Yes.
So they should be doing something very important. They should be given admission. You will see, like most of the universities in the north, they will give pure vacancy for the people in the south. Also the same thing in the south, they will give small vacancy for the northern students.
Yes.
So that one should be abolished too.
Yes. Good
so
point.
that the job during the admission exercise, like University of Unsuka, they will give at least 50% of their admission quota. Will be given to the northern people.
Yes.
So that should go through. From there we can see who are the northerners. And also here in AVU, even though we are doing that, something like that, Kano, Bayero University, Maiduguri, they should give sufficient vacancy for the southern students so that we can enter relationship, our relationship will be connected.
Yes.
So another thing is that we in the north, especially, you see, we have some people which they don't need the unity of Nigeria. They will be posting some misinformation in the media, in the social media.
Yes.
So anybody sees any information about the north, we should try to form a forum like the one you say, not TV.
Yes.
Send that. Is that things taking place? Is it true information?
Yes.
We have something saying this is what is taking place in the Kano, Kasina, or any part of this.
Exactly.
Yes, use that platform from the south. Ask the question.
Yes. Yes.
Once you are going to clarify the issue, saying these actual things.
Yes.
So it's another decision. So
Thank you.
by getting the correct picture of the north.
Yes.
Another thing is that intermarriage is very important.
Yes.
Once you have a wife from the south, at least they are your brothers, they are your sisters.
Yes.
Yeah. And also from this one you have them married to, also it will encourage, you will see the north at their people because your wife is from there, or you will see the south as your people because your wife is from there.
Yes.
Then another thing is that our religious leaders, they should be telling the actual truth on the religious issue. Because when you tell a wrong information about the religion, the other people will be thinking that, oh, this is the religion, because they consider anybody from the north is a Muslim, and you said you preach wrong about Islam, they will say, okay, So because I could remember one story, a girl from Benue, even though Benue is north, he said he asked me, she need admission in tertiary institute. I said, okay, I have only I will try to get you admission in Kano, either by the university or in the polytechnic. He said, I'm up, they will quote my.
It's a shame.
What happens is Sharia. So what do you mean by Sharia? Say, anybody says they will quote your hand or they will. I said, that's misinformation.
Yes.
Try to come and see.
Yes.
Give me your documents. She gave me her credential.
Yes.
I try my best to get admission in Bayero University. When she come, have they caught your hand or your hand? Say, no, it's one of the best place I like in my life to stay.
Yes.
So, therefore, get the clarification in information you receive.
Yes.
Another thing is that did not TB should be spread everywhere.
Yes.
That platform is very vital.
Yes.
So that we should make it any misinformation or any information you get, try to get clarification.
Yes. That's
so
wonderful.
You should use it.
Thank you, Sheikh Musa. Again, you're inspiring me. I hope you're also inspiring everyone listening, including the presidential candidates, so they include these things into their policies. Reverend Father, so it's back to you on this action area. How can we portray the North? My own case study, my wife's from the Southeast. When she was there many years ago, she was an activist. She didn't want to be part of Nigeria. So I managed to convert her. And of course, when she came here, she is now more of a northern woman than a southern woman.
Wow.
So she's she's someone that's transformed.
She's welcome.
But people can change. On BBC this morning, there was a story of a fascist young man who was an out-and-out racist, and he was part of a violent group that attacked black people. But at a point, he transformed and became a campaigner for black human rights. So he totally changed.
Yes.
People can change, Reverend Father, but how can we help that process of change? How can we stir people?
Something happened at the global scene recently.
Yes.
The UK has a new prime minister.
Yes.
And where is he from? From India.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yes.
Rishi Sunak is from India. A person from India becoming the prime minister of United Kingdom.
Yes.
I think that is a big lesson for everyone
Yes.
in the globe. A son of nobody should become somebody anywhere without having to know somebody or another person.
Yes.
One of the laudable and praiseworthy policies of the present administration of Nasir el-Rufai is this kind of indigenship that has been following people. He has tried to kind of minimize it to the barest level.
Yes.
To the point that if you are to stay in Kaduna, you need a residence permit. Whether you are from Igbo, Hausa, or from the south, or all that. So I think conscious leadership and good governance.
Yes.
If other states would take the example of Governor Nasir el-Rufai, because if you go to, even in his cabinet, you discover that there are people from different regions of the country.
I set every phone on silent. Sorry.
I think the phone is with me.
Sorry. We're sorry.
So if you look at the cabinet of Governor el-Rufai, you discover that he has drawn people from almost all the regions of this country, and most of them young. They are the ones that are driving the urban renewal and the successes that his administration has been recording so far.
Yes.
Yeah. So I see a conscious effort and a deliberate move to bridge the gap.
Yes.
And to project the North as actually a place where you can have good leaders, you can have people that are really good and developmentally oriented. Now, at the national level, there is the federal character principle in our country, Nigeria. and that should be strictly followed.
Yes.
Federal character in our institutions, in our universities, sometimes we keep hearing our young people coming to say that they are not given admission in so and so university simply because they don't belong there. In some of our institutions, indigents are made to pay lesser than non-indigents.
Yes.
These things are happening, and they are further increasing the divide. So when we talk about federal character, from the federal level even up to the local government, everybody should be able to have a place, should be able to have a say, irrespective of where the person actually comes from. Now, one major thing about the North is this issue of religious extremism. Religious extremism. Imam is here, and my brother is here. There is a general belief down there that Boko Haram and all other ones are actually fighting for Islam. They want to convert everybody in the North. And, and these people are given a wrong impression of what Islam truly is.
Yes.
You understand? So, but like we said, the religious leaders, there are extremists among them. They have not come out clearly to condemn the actions of Boko Haram. They are silent. And silence means consent in some instances.
Yes.
And then when you get some religious leaders from the Muslim divide, that you hear them calling other people that are not Muslims Arna, Kapuri, it further deepens that gap. And then on the Christian side again, you hear religious leaders saying all kinds of things that they don't have facts about.
Yes.
So both religions have to really work on their adherence. And we must be careful with our utterances.
Yes.
We have to guard our utterances. We, the religious leaders, guard what we say to people.
Yes.
And once it goes out there, it cannot come back, and it shapes the society.
Thank you, Father. We have gone far, and we're close to concluding, so we're running a bit out of time. But I'd like us to consider this related issue of inter-ethnic disunity, or what the world calls tribalism. My own experience here is that there isn't one tribe. Everyone is here in Kaduna. There are Yorubas, there are Igbos, there are many people from the Mid-Belt, and there are Hausas, and there are different ethnic groups from the north. It's a wonderful diversity. You know, I've done study of all the cultures. They are beautiful, wonderful people. But if only we could understand each other better. So how can we help Nigeria? As Kaduna, you said it, Sheikh Musa, that Kaduna is almost a snapshot of the whole of Nigeria. Yes. So how can we now use Kaduna, remove any existing tribalistic barriers, and teach Nigeria how to overcome this tribalism, which is racism, and we all feel is against God's will. Sheikh said we shouldn't judge people by your faith and tribe. So let's start with you, Consultant Musa. How can we overcome tribalism? Is there tribalism here in Kaduna? What are we doing about it?
Thank you so much, Prof. You see, the issue of tribalism, I doubt much if we have it here in Kaduna. I was even advising the federal government, other state governors, they should copy as an example with what His Excellency Malam Nasir el-Rufai is doing. There is a program taking place in Kaduna named Sakashi Fellows. These Sakashi Fellows is all over Nigeria. It's young graduates that he brought them into book for good leadership training.
Mhm.
in all the 36 states of the Federation, including FCT.
Mhm.
So you see, when you look at them, there is no tribalism. Each state, they have one.
Mhm.
Even we in Kaduna, we have one.
Mm.
So that Kashif Fellows or leadership training, he is teaching them how to bring harmony, how to remove that barrier, the issue of coming closer, Nigeria as one, the unity of the nation, and to remove any religion or culture or whatsoever. So I think this one is a good one.
Yes,
when the
thank you.
federal government will look into it and other state governors, Nigeria will be peaceful.
Yes, thank you. A nice one as well. See you in our next episode.